I have a lot to talk about. This is why I skipped my bottom 5.
do.
So which do you want to start on?
Okay.
Wait, there's multiple? Oh, you're going to talk about Divine Gate, huh?
Yeah, okay. Let's get this out of the way first. Grimgar, okay, good.
What happened to Grimgar?
Exactly.
Fuck you.
Hey, I don't even remember.
Grimgar is them being absolute assholes to orcs and goblins.
No, that was the previous episode.
Okay.
No,
yeah.
It's the episode
Seriously,
was the
though,
Mary
fuck
Bird
that
crashing
shit.
the SS Yume, and then them going, "Hey, this girl has PTSD. Let's go to that place."
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So Grimgar's covered. IBO, great.
Yeah,
It was
I mean,
great.
it's
It was a good episode.
They're actually doing Biscuit's death correctly now.
They're doing it correctly, and
After the fact.
After the fact, and I like the fact that literally it's just this is Band of the Hawk.
Did we talk about Orga's reaction to Mika grabbing him?
We talked about it a lot off mic, but all I have to say is
this is a scary motherfucker.
This is Band of the Hawk, and I love it. It's literally Gundam Band of the Hawk, and it's like Mika and Orga are literally Griffith, and they have guts on their team.
Yeah.
What more could you ask for?
Exactly. So yeah, IBO, fantastic.
Well, I mean, it's good.
I'm assuming you guys are going to talk for at least a little bit about Konosuba.
Oh no, that's
just give it later.
No, that
I have things to say about Konosuba.
I'm assuming so.
I think we're
I don't even watch Konosuba. Okay, I know what happened in Konosuba.
I think we're covered. Unfortunately for us, Dawson, me and Connor had this elongated prank that we were going to play on you during this podcast, and you never once fell into any of our traps.
Yeah, basically, we wanted you to say what, and then we would just, be silent. Because fucking hell, this was the most hilarious episode I've ever seen.
Of Konosuba?
No, of Divine Gate. It was fucking bad.
So here's how
did everything wrong in the most hilarious way possible.
And here's the thing.
Every
We're now
5
back on.
seconds
We're
we
back
paused,
in on the train.
and we looked at each other and said, did they really just fucking do that?
And then, not only that, but we had to remove the headphones and give it to Connor, the other Connor, and make him listen to it. And he went, are you fucking kidding
So
me?
remember how there's 3 characters they haven't introduced up until this point? They introduced all 3 of those characters at once, and on every single character, there's this shot of the character and their shadow behind them, and through their shadow is 4 words in kanji. That's death, despair, something. And then they do this poem. There's this motherfucking poem.
And literally the 4 words are nothingness, blade, and emptiness, and it's
Purple.
no, that's another character. It's this character feels nothing. He has no emotions. He uses his blade to cut away the emptiness.
Though in reality he's hurting himself.
And then it cuts to the next character, and it just lists 4 letters and just goes. She
has a bright, shiny appearance, but behind the facade of her face, she's really frowning, or something like that.
And then
it's a paragraph on each person.
And they cut to the last character, and it's darkness, something. Purple.
And then this one, it goes, the girl loves the sky purple. She loves the color purple. She loves looking at buildings. The girl likes this. The girl likes that. I'm like, who the fuck wrote this?
And she's engulfed in darkness. And here's the...
This is why I can't watch Divine Gate.
It's
because
so
as
bad,
much
it's
as this
amazing.
bad, it's hilarious. I'm a literature major with a focus on poetry. This would physically hurt me.
So we've come to the...
And before that, there was basically... So you know the edgelord guy?
Yeah.
They were looking at this guy, at this area, and this girl's like, wow, this area is really pretty. And they were talking about how it was going to be dark before. He goes, and it's just zoom in on his face super close. He goes, there's more to this area that meets the eye. And she turns around and goes, what? And it's just 5-second pause of nothingness.
It's silence. And then the red hair character picks up the conversation in another spot. And then
there's this tuning exam bullshit where literally, one of the things that they have to get through is a true or false gate. And you know what happens? One character goes through the true gate and one character goes through the false gate. And I'm like, wait, what was the issue here? How is this?
And then the main...
What does this have to do with anything?
Wait, you don't understand. And then the main character goes, I understand the purpose of the test. It shows that every choice has a consequence.
No, they went through a bunch of bullshit tests that had no meaning. and then it's like, you know those arcs in Naruto where it's like, oh, you meet this person and then they
Okay,
turn out-
I haven't read or watched Naruto.
in a generic shonen, you meet this person,
Okay.
and this person, like, they kind of warm up to them, and then later on it turns out the person actually is working for the bad guy.
Yeah.
It's doing that, but skip all the important parts where it's, like, actually explaining the character's motivation, and it just goes from, oh, hi, I'm going to talk to you for 5 seconds in the most ADHD way possible. Changing the topic
it's
like
literally
15
this.
different things.
This is literally how the character goes. Hi, what's your name? How are you? I like your necklace. Can I have your necklace? I want something that you possess.
Because I want to feel good about, I want something that's important to me. And then, oh my god, his friends walk up and go, hey, what's up? And it turns on him, and the girl isn't there anymore. And we're like, is he talking to himself?
and then it cuts to the girl sitting in a bush, and we're like,
Oh.
okay. And then it cuts later on where
And
they
then-
go,
okay, you know when you see enemies in, like, shonen?
Wait,
Okay.
wait, let me just say this one line. So then the main character looks at the red hair guy and goes, so how was your car?
We're in the shower.
He goes, so how was your day? And then the red hair guy just has like suddenly a flashback to her.
goes,
Suddenly has a flashback to the girl, and the narrator suddenly just goes,
he was afraid to talk about her. Otherwise, he thought he would. If he talked about her, he would actually forget her forever, and she would truly disappear. And we're like, why? What the fuck does that have to do with anything? and then later, you know how when they like you would run into villains, and then like they'd be like talking with the villains or something,
Yeah.
and like then they would turn around and like try to surprise attack them or something like that. It's not really villains; it's just like minor enemies. Instead, it's, hey, look at those people over there. Oh wait, those aren't people; they're werewolves, and the people turn into werewolves and attack them. and then
they go, get off our territory, and then
no, it's not get off our territory. It's you're on our territory. We're going to murder you.
and then it cuts to the main boss man Arthur, and he just goes, huh.
Let's see if they try to talk it out
Let's
or fight
them or kill them, and just like, and then all of a sudden the guy runs into the girl from earlier, and
then she starts attacking him, going, "Why are you so happy? Our lives are so bad. Why do you get to be happy?" And the guy's like, "I don't want to fight you."
And so he tries to talk it out. He tries to legitimately talk it out and fail. And then what happens is
so you know how after those bullshit like super long paragraphs for all those other people, they rush every other part. And then
he's we're not done with this episode yet. So then he's about to
How long is this?
He's about to get killed, right?
Exactly.
He's about to get killed. And then suddenly all of the Knights of the Round of Arthur just suddenly appear and just kill the girl. And he's just going, what? Just kill. And they're like, you guys try to talk it out.
That will let them avoid the consequences of this.
That shows that they're still innocent. And then they all take out their weapons and proceed to murder everybody in the room. And like that's not the main 6 characters. And and literally me and Connor just goes, wait, did they just intrude on these people's territory? Just walk into their place, start getting attacked because of trespassing, and then kill them all? And like,
and not once did any of the characters like try to talk it out or anything. It was literally just, hey, look, there's the enemy, and then the enemy attacked them, and then you're supposed to feel sorry for this girl. Like he's all crying. He's super sad about this girl who died. And we're like, we don't fucking know her.
So we don't care. So here's the reason why we enjoy. So the thing about Divine Gate is that originally
everything you could do wrong, and then give them a fuck ton of budget, and give them a really good theme and a really good dub and really good art and animation.
Literally, it's the biggest anomaly in our life. It's like literally, it's the worst writing known to man, and for some reason, it's getting the best treatment known to man. And it's an anomaly. And the thing is, the reason why we dropped Divine Gate for so long is because when we watched the last episode that we watched before this, it was so middle of the road meh because it became slightly decent. And we went, this is boring now that it's slightly decent.
Gotta be.
And now that
horrendous.
they went full on just shit, I can't wait. I'm excited for next week. And that is so we literally had all these jokes planned out. But we just totally failed them. Originally, we were gonna do the introductions where I was gonna say my name and then add in 4 letters, and then Connor would
do a poem for Andrew, and no, we couldn't.
And then
it's way too much work.
And then every time you said what, we would just sandbag you, and then the person who didn't make you say what starts start talking about something else. Like we had this whole list prepared because literally, okay. We watched 5 animes, 5 episodes of anime. 2 episodes of Erased, 2 episodes of Konosuba, and 1 episode of Divine Gate.
Let's talk about Erased.
But Divine Gate took the same amount of time to watch, probably longer.
No. I turned to Andrew and I was like, "Oh, we watched 4," and he goes, "No, we watched 5." I was like, "Was it 5?"
Yeah,
we watched 5, and I was thinking 2 of Konosuba and 2 of Divine Gate. He goes, "No, we only watched 1 episode of Divine Gate." I was like, "What?" No. He goes, "No, you went. It's 2 of Konosuba, 2 of Erased, and 1 of Divine Gate." I'm like, "Wait, we only watched 1?"
Because we spent so long watching. Because literally every 5 seconds we had to pause
And be like, what the hell?
And that's the thing is, you need to sit down and just watch it with us, because at least we have enjoyment because we're not watching it by ourselves, and we're watching it for the intent purpose of ripping it a new one.
Just completely and utterly destroying
Yeah.
it. I'll give it a shot.
Okay, so if the next episode is trash, like me and Connor,
All right, let's talk about
we'll
Erase now,
pre-screen it
because
and
I
then-
want to. Well, okay, fine. We can talk about Konosuba if you want to do that.
Okay,
now.
do you want to end on a happy note or a sad note?
Let's do Erase first.
So Erase is really good. Me and Dawson really enjoyed it.
So, what was the first episode that we watched?
It was a lot of setup for this episode, for
Okay.
the main episode. But Dawson, we really enjoyed it, right?
I enjoyed Erased.
Yeah,
I think
both
it
episodes?
was both episodes.
Yeah, we watched two.
We watched 2.
Oh, my bad.
You and Connor only watched 2, right?
Yeah, my bad. I caught a thing about that because I had to rewatch. But
yeah.
it was the best unexpected straight punch known to man.
Yeah, it did. I said I was going to talk about Danganronpa in reference to Erased, and Danganronpa spoilers inbound for the first game. The way I was... God damn it, Connor.
Keep going.
Okay, so my problems with the ending of Danganronpa, the first game...
Oh, good. It's not 2 in the morning. Okay, got it. It turns 2 in the morning
At 2?
It turns 3 in the morning at 2.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Go.
So it's not 2 yet.
That doesn't make a fucking difference.
I don't
It's the same amount of time.
I don't care.
Okay, go.
The longer I'm a procrastinator, the longer I put this off, the better.
Okay, go.
Basically, my biggest problem with the ending of the first Danganronpa game is they were like, hey, Junko is the villain, and I'm like, where the fuck was Junko this entire time?
She was in the shadows laughing it up.
Exactly.
And
I was kind of mad about that. I was like, I wanted... You could have figured it out.
You wanted the unexpected. You wanted the unexpected straight punch.
I wanted it to be like, the clues were here the whole time. Why the fuck didn't you see this?
And can I just point out that I know exactly where you're going with this? The candy in the van was the funniest shit.
Oh yeah.
That was so on the nose. I fucking loved that.
Yeah.
Like the candy.
That was such an unexpected straight punch.
I was just like, oh my god.
There's all the candy there, and you're like, what the fuck? Why is there candy in your car? He's like, oh, I'm a recovering smoker. Let's all laugh it off.
And then we sat there.
And
then
then you know what? It's like, you know what? Look at all these red herrings.
No, I said either he's a red herring or that's the biggest
No, but here's what I really liked about that thing is that when I didn't think it was that great. When I was like, oh god damn it, it's a teacher. And when the main character goes, I didn't want to believe it. When he also was like with us, like I didn't want to believe it.
It's like, wait.
And it was it's that moment where you realize like, no, that was perfect.
And
because
you got in the car with the strange
because
with the
the MC is literally in our thought process where he also suspected the teacher.
Yeah.
He suspected all of it, but then he didn't want to believe it.
Yeah, no, but all the signs pointed straight to him.
Yeah. And that's the whole thing that redeemed it is where he didn't want to believe it.
Yeah, like the
and
show...
all the big talking about, oh, it's sort of like a romantic relationship, the person I'm going after, you know?
Yeah, like there's so many times where it's just... The show was obvious about it to the point
like you
where it tricked you into thinking that it's like, oh, look at this red herring.
Yeah.
Like this entire character is just supposed to make you think...
Red herring.
He's not the killer because it's too obvious. And then it sets that up well enough.
And then it's the unexpected straight punch.
And then it's like,
then I realized this episode is the most divisive episode I've ever seen.
No, guys,
in my
I can't.
life.
Guys, please help. I can't get out. I'm stuck. Oh shit, guys, please.
I have the same problem.
Fuck that stupid shit. Literally, take the shoulder strap, pull it over your head, it gets looser, and slip your ass out. You are in the middle of a crowded area with a shit ton of traffic. If you jump out of a car and someone sees a grown-ass man chasing after you, they're gonna do something.
And so this is what I say, is that there's people like me and you, Dawson, who saw that scene and went, it's fine.
No, the entire time you were with me when I was
Yeah.
watching. I was like, I could have slipped out of that seatbelt.
Yeah, I know, but you're not as fuming as Connor is. Because
that was
we watched
so goddamn
we watched it
stupid.
and we realized like, okay, this is stupid, but it's fine. It's not ruining.
I just imagined afterwards, it helped me so much that there was a better trap in that car. Like,
But I'm
Like,
pretty
he
sure
handcuffed
that's
him
where
or
we
something.
came out of, right?
It could have been better,
Yeah.
but it could have been a lot worse.
Yeah. It's not a ruiner.
I'd rather not have suspend my disbelief,
That he couldn't get out of
but
seatbelt.
I'm okay with
Yeah.
suspending my
No,
disbelief
and
for that.
it's the same thing as like I've already said. It's like when he parked and like he was being shot into the waters that he like the reason why he couldn't get out is total like he's panicking. He can't think, and when you're in a panic state, sometimes you don't think straight. You don't think logically.
Yeah.
And I
he had a lot of time to adjust
What
to the
I
situation.
would've liked
that was a long drive
is
there.
if they'd taken a second before he put the basketball in for the teacher to reach over and yank the seatbelt really hard
To show.
so it locks.
okay.
Because seatbelts do that.
Yeah.
If you yank it really hard, it locks. And
you
then
could
you
still get out of it
actually...
from there, though.
No.
It depends.
Another issue I had is why the fuck didn't he have a screwdriver or something? Why didn't he have some sort of weapon? Because you know you're dealing with a killer, and you
Okay,
know
this is
there's
the
a
bullshit
killer out
about
there.
Americana.
Okay, this one I don't agree with. Like
Really?
I agree with the seatbelt being an seatbelt.
Are you serious?
Being an asshole.
Would you really not be carrying around some form of weapon if you know you're trying to stop a killer the whole time?
He was trying to
Even
solve.
if it's a fork.
He's trying to solve the symptoms and not the disease, so he wasn't actively going against the killer.
I can't agree with his main character. That was so
I don't
stupid
know.
of him not to
He
do that.
spent most of his time with his friends and with someone else and with
He
and
w-
being in a group.
He was led into a false sense of security.
You're an idiot if you're being secure in that. There's a child murderer going around,
I mean-
and you are taking away his victims, and you don't think he's gonna come after you.
I mean, unless that's the thing though. Like the teacher was close enough to know he was taking away his victims, but I'm pretty sure whoever if the killer was hypothetically if the killer wasn't the teacher and he didn't suspect the teacher, I mean he did, but he didn't believe it was the teacher, the killer wouldn't have been close enough to him to know that he was taking away his victims.
If the killer is watching all the victims, he's got to see the guy with
They
them.
can't watch them all the time though. That's the
But
thing.
if you watch any of them, if you go to any person, you will be able to trace it back to this one kid.
Yeah,
All three of them were always hanging out with a person that he knew, or he helped them move. Or they're with him. I don't know.
yeah.
It's just a point that we're gonna have to disagree on. Agree to disagree.
Yeah, like I completely agree with you on the seatbelt,
Yeah,
but I'm
well,
willing to suspend my disbelief on that one. But I don't know.
Again, there's
As much as it was
one
dumb of
trusty
him,
tool.
as much as it was dumb of him to not have a weapon, I don't think it was completely out of character for him not to have a weapon.
I know. I would.
Like I don't
I
think
want to cite Cabin in the Woods on this one, where they basically go over how stupid it is that people in horror movies don't carry weapons. So in one of the scenes, like they have a weapon like sent up an electric spark.
Yeah.
So to force one of the characters to drop it.
Yeah.
That was like one of the most subtle like kicks at movies like that, where it's like, why doesn't the character ever just keep a weapon?
Yeah.
Like have something on your person. Higurashi does that super well. I don't know.
Reina always is it Reina?
Yeah.
Always carrying around her.
Oh yeah, that's a bit
fucking
much.
machete.
No, I was talking about Keiichi in the bat.
Oh, KG.
Yeah, at the bat. But yeah, so I guess I didn't realize how divisive it was because when I came off of that episode, I was like, that's fine.
Just MC had
That's
all
fine.
this really smart planning going on, and he just turns around and acts like an idiot.
I don't. Again, I can't. Like, in my head, I'm just like, that's it. I'm just put in my, like, if I was put in that situation, there's sometimes where you just stop thinking. Where there's shock, I don't, like,
Okay.
you're caught off guard, and, like, you don't know what to do.
I still go with
Okay, if Taiga gets a sword, why doesn't he?
that's completely irrelevant.
I know, I'm just saying.
Completely irrelevant
Okay.
statement.
I'm just saying. If you
I'm
can-
still I still operate under the idea that
just
when
fucking
he's back in his younger body, he has different hormones running
Mhm.
that makes him slightly stupider.
Yeah, because he doesn't accidentally say what he's thinking when he's older.
Does he?
No, he doesn't.
Yeah.
He only does it when he's in his younger body.
Yeah, I just think it's a slightly disorienting state
Also, I didn't
for him.
believe the basketball shit either.
And I don't... Oh, that was...
Wait.
Unless that was a weighted basketball, I don't know how that worked.
Yeah.
But
No, I think if you...
Did he have it filled with water or something?
No, if you take a basketball and then you put it on the gas pedal and you put it in between where, like, the
oh,
plastic
if
is,
you... Okay.
you shove it in there.
Yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
That I can
It
see
works.
how that makes sense.
Okay.
It's kind of squishy, so you can...
Yeah, you...
You're not putting it on the gas pedal, you're putting it between the top of the gas pedal and the bottom of the car.
Man, he must have, like... I wonder if anyone was looking at him weird when he was, like, checking the gas pedal to make sure it could do that.
No,
Or, like, the car he was going to buy or something.
He buys all the same car with just different lights.
Where did he get that car? Because he goes, oh, this isn't my car.
No, he said
It was his car, it's not his
car.
main car.
It's not his main car. He has, like, 6 cars.
6 might be an exaggeration.
Yeah, it's an exaggeration, but he owns a lot of cars. But yeah, again, it's one of those shows where I was like, that choice where I was like, I didn't realize how divisive it was, and because I came off of it going, that's fine.
MC
Yeah.
just didn't do a single smart thing in this episode, and it annoyed me.
I think I enjoyed this episode.
Oh, no, oh,
It
wait,
wasn't the best.
Wait, I have to run back something real quick. This is how you do death flags. That's how you do death flags. Everything about that episode, I came out, like, after we watched it, I went, yeah, that's how you do death flags.
Well, it's like nothing was obvious up to this point, so when they actually start doing obvious stuff, you don't see it
Yeah.
happening.
And the thing is, it's like his mom going, hey, don't forget to call so I know when you're coming home, da-da-da-da. And he goes, okay, see ya. And then his friend, when he says see ya to his friends are like, oh, we're just going to see him tomorrow.
Yeah,
That's
why
how
is
you
he
do-
so big about
Yeah, it's like he does that every time. And when that happened, I was like, oh, he's just anticipating
Yeah.
that he might jump into the future and never
Yeah.
see them again.
But that's the thing, is, yeah, those are death flags presented in a very subtle way
Yeah.
without being obvious. That's great. So
How you
I
do
guess
it.
that's what clouded my judgment. Is I really liked the death flags, and it was the most unexpected straight punch that I was put in a
Yeah.
caught off guard, shocked state that I couldn't think about the seatbelt.
Yeah. I enjoyed it. My only problem was the seatbelt. And they're...
I feel like Higurashi did this better.
What do you mean?
Top.
Which part about...
Which part do you think in Higurashi? They just discovered the villain and died before going back in time.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah.
Takano murders kids a lot better than this guy.
This
Yeah.
guy just gets off on killing kids.
I mean, okay,
Like,
we have yet to see what happens
Mhm.
with this. I don't think
Yeah.
we can make that judgment till next episode at least.
So let's talk about something that's not gonna make us kill each other. Konosuba.
So the first episode of Konosuba is like a lighthearted, there's like this mansion and we need to get rid of all the ghosts in this mansion. Actually, I didn't really get the plot on this one as
Okay,
well.
so the way that it worked is that
Well, first they talked to this lich girl, right?
it was supposed to just kind of like flow into each other. Is that they talked to this lich girl, a girl who is one of the 8 generals, but is just running a small shop.
Yeah,
and-
she's one of like the 8 evil lords generals, and like literally her only job is to keep the force field around their base.
And like if like all 8 generals need to die for the force field to go down.
I think
But-
it's just her.
No, all 8 generals.
Huh.
That's what she said, and they're like, we can wait on that. We have to kill the other ones first, and then we'll come to her last. But she doesn't want to be one of the generals. But they're like, no, just keep the barrier up, and you could go run your
But
little.
Aqua's like super racist since she's a goddess, and you know how like holy people hate undead people.
Yeah.
She's super racist towards this girl. It's crazy.
But so basically, her job actually is she's actually a really nice lich who actually runs a nice little shop, and then she occasionally goes to the graveyard and then like
sends people to heaven.
sends people from the graveyard, sends the lost spirits. And so Aqua wants money, so she decides to take that job instead of her. And then what happens is she puts a barrier on the graveyard. So, and she just assumed that, if I put a barrier on the graveyard, the spirits will just, disappear. They'll just, there's no place for them to be, so they'll just disappear.
They'll be contained.
And so then basically it's winter. So they're like, it's cold. And so somebody presents them with a quest that goes, I'll give you this house if you just
Or you can sleep in this house.
You can sleep in this house if you just exorcise all these demons.
Because people keep exercising the demons and they just keep coming back, or the ghosts and they just keep coming back.
So she goes in and starts exercising all the demons, and it's a really kind of really funny moment where she starts off at talking about all the the ghosts and spirits, and like, oh, she's a sweet girl, and like how she's talking about, it's like, oh, don't worry, these spirits aren't evil at all.
And she just goes on for like the longest time about the story.
And she's going on, and literally the characters are unpacked, and they look outside, and she's still talking, and then she goes in, and then she finds out that the spirits drank her liquor, and so she decides to exorcise all the demons, all the nice spirits living in the thing, and it ends really nicely.
There was also a scene where it's like that main character is trying to sleep, and he turns around, and there's a doll looking at him. He's like, shit.
But it's a really nice.
Like, this is the most cliche bullshit.
But it has a really nice ending where they where they basically fix everything, and they're like, we now have a house.
And this episode's super spooky and stuff. And then it turns out it's all Aqua's fault because the barrier that she's kept up is like just filtering all the ghosts into this house from the graveyard.
So then we go into Connor's favorite episode of anime ever.
So this episode is literally all fan service. It's like this dumb.
One second.
It's this really dumb thing.
I just want to state this first. After watching this episode, Connor looked at me and goes,
"Motherfucker, I wanted to do a thing. Fine, whatever."
Connor looks at me.
I was gonna be like, "There's all this gratuitous, just booty and tits and shit, and they focus all on it, and it's this really dumb. What's this called? What is it called? You know how you do like a fan hentai thing?
Dojinshi?
Yeah, it's like a dojinshi plot line.
And it was really funny because Mario was asleep the whole time behind us.
There's like misunderstandings and stupid shit up the wazoo, and it's my favorite episode I've ever seen of any show. I swear. Like, oh my god. Like, you know how we share stuff on the chat? It's like, oh, this is really interesting and funny, like, plot line. I was ecstatic. Every moment of that was hilarious and led into the other moment perfectly.
And then Connor looked at me and he goes, I now understand fan service.
But only for this.
He's seen the light.
Like, it does fan service in the most clever way. And, like, every part of this thing just snapped together really well. You can understand what it was talking about. You can understand why this stuff is happening. And stuff got convoluted because of, like, character actions and what was going on, and there was food porn, and there was fucking, like, it was insane. Like, you remember the crab, right? Mm-hmm. Like, you
have to understand, Dawson. Halfway through this episode, I got up and went to a different room.
Andrew left. He did not want people walking in.
No, it wasn't that. You know how I get really bad secondhand embarrassment?
Yeah.
And I just, like, I walked away because I was like, I can't deal with this.
I don't want to spoil it because I really want you to watch it. But
I've seen so many gifs from this episode.
You
have no idea how many.
Did you see MC's face as he's slaying in the bath?
Yeah.
They come in.
He's like.
No, but here's the thing about this episode, Dawson. It's the best animated episode of this entire series. You know how Dean's famous for, like, you know, starting really good and then like having really poor animation towards the end?
Yeah.
It's like they used their entire budget on this one episode because holy shit. Me and Connor were like, the boob physics, perfect.
Other Connor, I think.
Yeah.
They actually
yeah,
were.
we like when they weren't wearing a bra, it goes downwards, and like the way that their clothes went over it, I was like, that's perfect.
And they had a reason to do it because they were fucking succubus or succubi.
No, I'm talking about the main characters.
Yeah, even the main characters?
Even the main characters had
that was only in the food part, huh?
Amazing food porn. Like not food porn, amazing boob physics. And
even the food porn had a point.
Yeah, and literally like it's stuff like I was like, yeah, this is pretty good. And then it ends on a really nice note. And then it's just like, and then I looked at it and I go, well, there's one more episode of this show left. It's only a 10-episode show. And I go, that's sad.
Damn.
Destroyer.
But yeah, so the part where he's like, you know, my whole team's here. They put all this hard work in, and I should really stay here and enjoy the food with them. Well, I'm calling it a night, guys. See you later.
So, okay, the basic plot point is that there's a shop in town. It's a mail shop
that sells you dreams. Basically.
That basically you detail
so you don't end up raping your comrades because you're so pent up.
You literally like write exactly in detail of what you want, and a succubus will come into your room, and then
I have seen this.
Okay, in exchange for giving some of your life,
They'll give you like whatever dream you want.
And he asked the best question ever. He goes, "Hey, is it cool if is it illegal if they're under 18?"
And he goes, "Wait, so is there any issue with people's what's it called, likenesses?
Likenesses? Is there likeness rights and copyright?" And they go, "I don't know what that is." So it's like, okay,
it's like, so I can date my 2D waifu? And she goes, "I don't know what a 2D waifu is, but
sure." Yeah, I've
so
seen that. I've seen that. I saw the bath scene. I saw the two guys like telling him about it beforehand. They're like, "Hey, you know what?"
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen at least those 3.
Count me in.
I think I've seen a couple others too. It's like,
oh my god. And the interaction with him in Darkness was like insanely good. Cause okay, so it's like, you know how like usually when a character falls asleep in the bathtub, they don't know they fell asleep?
yeah.
In this one he goes, "Oh, I was feeling really drowsy, so I must have fallen asleep in the bathtub." So when he wakes up and a person's like walking into the room naked, he goes, "Oh, this is totally the dream."
Yeah.
Right? And he keeps convincing himself he's in the dream. It's insane. And then he's basically doing speech checks on Darkness and getting her to wash his back and then dry his back as they're naked in the tub. It was insane. And it actually makes sense on so much of this. Like, everything just worked together super well. And the way that they reveal that it's not a dream is he runs out into the room because like Aqua's like screaming at them to get out here, and he finds them like surrounding the succubus, and she's like in like a trap.
This.
Yeah, she's like she was trying to break into the house. So how it ends is he runs up in front of her and just looks at her and goes, "Run."
And then they beat the shit out of the main character.
And they're like, "Oh no, the succubus is possessing him." Or like, "We get that she's cute, but she's totally playing you." And he's like, "Just fucking run." And she goes, "No, it was my fault for getting caught. I deserve to die." He goes, "No, get the fuck out of here." It was so great. And it ends with a conversation with him talking to Darkness.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Oh, I have no idea what happened last
and
night."
And he just goes, "So they're blaming the succubus, so I'm just gonna roll with that excuse."
And he goes, "Now the most important thing to remember that this was absolutely not my fault in any way, because I lit the thing on the light. I lit the light on the door so that you wouldn't come into the bathroom." Just like, "Wait, you do remember that night?" And he just turns around and keeps sweeping. It was so great.
God damn it.
Funniest fucking episode in a long time. That made my night.
Wait, wasn't Divine Gate's 10 out of 10 episode? I'm back on the Divine Gate hype train. Like let's keep that rolling.
But if you like good animation, that was fucking gorgeous.
I don't understand it.
Like,
I don't understand it.
Dean does some stuff sometimes.
Yeah. So, I think that's all.
I gotta
man.
try like alcohol and crab now.
Oh my god, that sounds amazing.
Wait.
But they were drinking.
They're eating like this super hardcore like best crab ever bullshit, and then they're like, "Dude, check this out." Oh, so one of the plot points we missed was basically if he slept too hard, they wouldn't be able to give him the dream.
Yeah.
So they're like, "So don't drink heavily the night before," and they go, "Oh, look at, we just got this super bomb ass crab." And also this like amazing liquor. So try this. They like, everyone's like, "Oh my god, I can't stop myself. This crab's so good." And it's super food porny. And then they pour the liquor into the crab shell.
They do that in Shokugeki.
Yeah, I think so.
And they drink that shit. And he's like, "Oh god, if I take one sip, I will not be able to stop myself." And then he looks around and goes, "You know, my companions, they did all this for me. And I feel really guilty about like tricking them and just like sneaking off." Because he goes, "Oh, I already drank. I don't think I can drink anymore."
Yeah.
He goes,
But that's when he says, it's like, "Oh, my companions, this is such a, like, I will miss this moment." And then he just goes, "Later, guys."
It's like, out of here.
I should really stay and like, you know, appreciate what they're doing. Like, all my friends are here. "Well, guys, I'm calling it a night," and just walks off the bed. He's laying in bed. It's like, "Shit, it's too early. I can't sleep." So that's why he ends up in the bathtub. Like, he's trying to like relax himself.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so good. Like, that entire episode had me gushing. I was just
So
like,
now that we've ended with that, I think we've thoroughly beat this horse dead on this
I
episode.
really hope Thomas isn't waiting for us outside.
And so overall, any last minute thoughts?
Divine Gate good. Bad. Konosuba good.
Divine Gate 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
No.
First 11 out of 10.
Best anime, 3 out of 10.
Kaiji next week or the week after.
Yeah,
At
whatever.
some point or another.
But overall, Thank you, and goodbye, and good night.
See you.